Hi, everybody. A little bit early, a couple of minutes early here. I apologize, but I figured out how to do the screen this way instead of me starting things up and it being all sideways and stuff. But welcome to Needing a Meeting. I hope everybody's doing great. It's Carol's running a little bit late, had to do some personal stuff today, but it's okay. She'll be here eventually. And when people want to toggle in, I should be able to do that here. Just double checking a few things. There we go. Okay. So it's been a bit of a day. I was supposed to have a quieter week this week, but it really hasn't turned out that way. That's okay. That's okay. Last week or yesterday, sorry, was meeting after meeting and then scheduling more meetings for today. But hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be able to take a little bit of a rest tomorrow. I want to say hi to Cosmic. I know Tony's in here so far. Becca Jean, hi, how are you? And I've also got Matrix in here. Hello. I'll have to get going a little bit in Zelda. Hi, a little bit early tonight, a little bit more than normal because I have an additional meeting on Tuesdays. So I'm doing a recovery management program as well. It's a 13-week program. I'm on week 5 of 13. It's hey Henny, how you doing? It's been the first couple of weeks was a little bit difficult, but I think it might have been the subject matter. I'm coming from my situation. It was just a little bit re-traumatizing. Having to go over cognitive distortions was the first couple of weeks. I could recognize my own. I could assess them, but I was having a hard time not reliving my most recent situation and also not seeing the other person's cognitive distortions that were used on me in a very toxic way. So that was kind of difficult the first couple of weeks, but we went through self-care last week, which was really nice. I think I'm on, let's see my calendar here. Just look really quick. Yep, I'm on week 2 of taking the time. I'm working back up towards being able to do approximately an hour and a half of physical exercise or physical movement every day. So right now I'm alternating between wall Pilates, doing about 30 minutes wall Pilates, and then going for anywhere from like a 45-minute to a 1-hour walk, which has been helpful, very, very helpful. I'm a 90s kid, so I end up blaring some like pop punk 90s music in my ears, and I just go. Hi there, Izzy. Hi, Rebecca. Oh, Rebecca's in. There she is. Haha, there you are, Rebecca.
Hello. Cosmic.
Hello.
She's background. She's in the backstage area too for chat. Is she there?
Oh, thank you. Haha, I didn't even hear the ding today, guys. I apologize. Thank you. Thank you for being here with me. I was just rambling, you know, filling people in.
That was interesting. Keep going.
I was gonna say it's all good. I just need to go back to work at some point, but I can hang out just a little while.
Yay! Yay! Yeah, I was just talking about some physical exercise stuff, just trying to work towards something again, because before Rowan and before my shoulder injury, I was bodybuilding, and I'm unable to lift what I was lifting before. Like 15 pounds and my shoulder feels like it's gonna pop out. So trying to readjust how I understand exercise. So like just cardio and like the wall Pilates has been helpful. It's been very helpful, but I do notice I pop and crunch. That's not the great, it doesn't hurt.
Sounds bad.
Since my shoulders hurt, because I had physio yesterday. It's meant to make it feel good, and it did. Like I was like, yeah, that's good. And I got home and I'm like, oh, I can't move. So I went to bed at like 6:30 last night. Hi, Zelda. Hi, Izzy. Hi, Missy. Yeah, so it's so painful. I couldn't imagine what it'd be like, you know, lifting anything. Ever since I'd hurt my wrist, I can't lift much more than rubbish bags.
I've been thinking about, you know, those bands, those tension bands?
Yeah, resistance straps or something we call them as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I
put
was
them on
thinking about
drawers and
doing
stuff.
those.
Yeah.
Exactly. So then I'm not trying to lift something crazy heavy because that's exactly where I go. I'm like, hey, let's go do a 150-pound squat because I used to be able to. And now I'm like, no, I put that on my shoulder and I'm going to be in agony 2 squats later.
Yeah.
So I'm not even going
And
to waste my money on a gym membership yet.
yeah, it is a waste of money. I didn't use mine very well. Didn't go walking. Didn't have
No.
energy. But those resistance bands, you can start off on the really light one, so it doesn't, give much, and it just because it's repetition that builds muscle rather than lots of weight. So you just got to do lots of repetitions on it. I think I should
Exactly.
probably get some too. Now I'm thinking about it.
Right?
Hi, Krista.
We could just start our own little like exercise moments, I feel like I think Tommy was talking about doing that too, but with like yoga. So, and I'm not good at yoga. I'm traumatized. I got stuck the first time I went and I'm traumatized. I'm not too sure if I want to do it again.
Yoga's so boring. I can't do it. Like, I'm a dancer. I just want to get up and bop, I don't want to be like, and move slowly. It's like Tai Chi. I couldn't do that either because I'd already done karate. And I'm like, this is too slow. It's fun though. Bye, bed.
Yes.
So, but it's good. It's good though. If you can ease your mind enough to do it, it's a great thing to do. It's just I can't.
No, I need something faster and I need like music blaring in my ears, whether it be like some sort of house music or like I was saying, like 90s like pop punk or like K-pop, something that's just super loud and I can go to.
I used to be able to do the hula hoop. I don't think my hips can handle it now.
I couldn't do that.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Zelda has used those resistance bands, and I actually have a couple too because of PT. Did I tell you what my last occupational therapy appointment said last week? I may not have.
So. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, no, I don't think so. You say you had an appointment.
I did last week, Tuesday. And because of my hours, I normally can't make this in the middle of the week anymore. But the great news is I'm getting healthy enough with the long COVID that my lungs are behaving better. So what they're talking about doing is switching me from occupational therapy to somebody who specializes in physical therapy with post-COVID recovery. And so they're apparently better at kind of figuring out the balance between doing exercise and not wearing yourself out. So for me, just a couple reps is potentially all I need to do.
Okay.
So
yeah,
my homework this weekend was to go take pictures of the gym equipment that's at my new apartment complex. So I normally
you have a gym there?
I do. This would probably fall under, and I'm realizing this now. I mean, it is more than I'd planned. So the expense is, looking back, I wouldn't have done what I did. I would not have signed the lease here. But
no,
it does have all the things I need. And because it has a gym, it's just in a building over. It's a walk. It's 2 minutes walk to a gym that has weights, both free weights and some machines, and another section that's got cardio. So treadmills, stick stepper, bikes. So
perfect.
So yeah, the goal is that maybe the physical therapist can come up with a kind of gentle routine that can start getting me in a little bit better shape without making it so that I'm, I feel dead and unable to do stuff for days at a time.
Yeah.
Well, I found out recently that I'm hypermobile. That means I'm extra mobile. I don't have that that ELS. I think I can't think of what it's called, but I don't have that. Like I don't dislocate or anything, but I am super mobile, like super flexible and all that sort of stuff, and actually causes problems with exercise. So I've learned recently that I have to exercise up to the point before I get exhausted. Because once I get exhausted, it takes days and days and days for me to recover. That's why I stay sick so long, because I wear myself out. Yeah. And a lot of that's got to do with my autism and ADHD. It's all linked and all that sort of stuff. But that's not to say that people who, like, I think 10% of the population, regular population, have it, like hypermobility. So like if you're double jointed, or you can do things that you probably think you shouldn't, like I can still reach both my hands. I can still touch my hands behind my back either side doing this, you know. I won't today because my shoulder hurts, but I can. And I can put my foot behind my shoulder if I really wanted to. Yeah, and I shouldn't be able to do that, but I've always been able to, and I've only just learnt that I'm hypermobile. And and it causes problems with exercise. It's very much like if you've got chronic fatigue, you're not meant to do too much with chronic fatigue either. You're not meant to wear yourself out.
Right.
Yeah. See. Yeah, and I've also got bits of chronic fatigue. Well, I haven't been diagnosed with chronic fatigue yet because I haven't got my doctor to. Because I'm just seeing if I get better, because it's meant to be 3 months of extreme exhaustion.
Yes.
Before they can diagnose you. So I'm just like,
oh my
goodness.
goodness.
I'm not telling you. Yeah, I don't want another diagnosis. And what can they do for chronic fatigue anyway? Nothing really.
Well, I don't know about in Australia, but at least here I can get FMLA, and it provides some job security, so to speak, because I do have a long COVID diagnosis, and so the chronic fatigue portion, and also because I'm immunocompromised, especially now, but they were able to put on there, you need to work from home. She needs to be able to take long breaks. So I take a nap in the middle of the day, and my hours I do 6 to 8 hours a day. Now, normally it's closer to the 8, but it gives me a little bit flexibility with that way, which I wouldn't have without that. And legally they can't do anything. They have to respect it here.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Well, I think
you.
I think that's sort of a similar thing to disability that we have over here, which I'm already on for autism, because that's my level of disability and other things as well. Hi. So for me, it's just something else wrong with me.
Another bit of your alphabet.
I'm going to get on here and complain for about 5 minutes, and then I may be back. But I just need a stupid little meme. Do you see this? One eye, Gucci, right? Look how nice that looks. Next eye, nope, no eyelash, no nothing. I burnt dinner. I was trying to get ready, and I burnt dinner. I burnt the rice. I burnt the meat. The room is full of smoke. The window only opens this much because it's on a second story, and they don't want people or animals leaping out the window.
No defenestration.
What's that?
No defenestration. That's when you throw something out window.
You know, Michael's going to be home in a few minutes. He's like, I want dinner ready when I get home because I get really hungry after working. And I'm like, I can do this. I can have dinner ready, and I can't have nice things.
Oh my God. Now I understand the comment. I'm like, why can't we have nice things? I'm confused, but now I understand.
No, you can't even see in here. It's like I'm expecting at any moment a firefighter to burst through my door and like try to save me.
This is why you're wearing a cute halter top.
Well, it's a cute dress. It's like a cute little pretty dress. But you know, my luck, I would get, and this is no offense to anybody, but I would get the firefighter with emphysema. You know, like that's just my day. So I just needed to get on.
Does the hood? Does the hood over the stove vent out of the building?
No, let me show you. Oh, I can't even show you. Do you see this? It's still smoking, you guys. Like,
wow,
it's still smoking.
Wow.
You can't even like.
Can you turn the bathroom vent on? Maybe you can help get some of that out.
I don't know how to.
You might have to go out for dinner now.
I don't know how to. Oh, it's not a vent. It's not a sucky vent. It's just one of those.
Okay. Then I think, yes, go out for dinner.
Yeah.
Love my husband. I love the life he provides to me. He's a good-looking man. He's so good. But I think I'm going to tell the man to pick up a cheeseburger on the way home. One thing in this world, just one thing. So for those of you who are always like, oh, look, you're so put together. You're so... No. No, not always. No. So anyway, I'm going to get off now. I vented. Thank you. And I'm going to try to save the dogs because it's pretty smoky in here. Maybe I could get a hair dryer and blow the smoke out the window. I really smoked up the whole hallway. I'm afraid to go look. But I just wanted you guys to know that it is not all sunshine and rainbows over here. And I don't always look amazingly put together. So that's why I thought I'd hop on and just show you this. This is where I stopped.
You still look amazing.
You look
Yeah, you do.
beautiful. Just saying.
Just go like this.
But
Hey, going? Yeah, it's all good. I always get one eye better. Hi, Tony.
Patch. I could get a pirate eye patch.
Yeah, yes.
you could.
Hi, honey. How you doing this evening? Want a kiss?
I think Tony's having
So
some.
Farrell, what did you do now? Like, what did you do? Anyway,
Oh my goodness.
I love you all, and hopefully I'll be able to be back on. But in case I'm not, maybe check on me later and make sure we didn't die of smoke inhalation.
Perfect. I will finish recovery management and then you'll get a message being like, are you dead yet?
You there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
I've been
Siri.
trying-
Set reminder to check on Christy in 2 hours.
And I was trying to look all springy and cute because it's actually nice here today. All right. Well, you guys check on me later. I don't know. I may be like, I had to carry the firefighter with emphysema down the hallway. No. If that
Because
happens,
it's looking for.
okay.
Good luck. You got this.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. I'm getting off of here. Now back to the seriousness of the meeting. I just needed to.
Is it serious?
Bye, Christy.
Oh my goodness. I love those random stories of hers. Of course. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's not a great way to end. Like if you're trying to have all the things together that just, that's
Yeah.
frustrating.
That's why
And
I
it's
don't-
always
I'm not
when
so
you
great.
try.
I'm
It's
not so
always
great
when
at,
you
yeah, I can't time a dinner. So we used to have dinners like by sometimes at midnight when my kids were young because I was doing a roast. So I'd be, and the vegetables, I never worked out the microwave the potatoes trick first so they don't take as long. So yeah, it would take me so long. So we'll be like, all right, kids, wake up, dinner time. Yeah.
Oh, and Christy, if you're still listening, Awaken said, hopefully you have some lemons you can boil really quick. Might take some of the scent away. Just FYI, if you're still listening, Christy.
just saying hi to everybody I missed here as well.
She does have the cutest
Oh my
clothes.
God, yeah. And that color, I adore it on her. Absolutely adore it on her.
So was Tony going to join
I
us?
think she might be having.
I'm assuming she's having
She might be
technical-
having a technical thing. I did notice that she was in the car. So I'm not too sure if there's dead zones in her area. Like I know
Hi,
at least for me.
When do you have to go, Stasia?
Sorry?
When do you have to go? Because I know you said you had to go at a certain point.
Okay, that'll be my time at 5:50, so about an hour from now. A little bit less than an hour from now.
Okay, so you're good.
Oh yeah. As long as we finish within the hour, we're good. And then even we can go a little bit longer still too. Just when it gets to the 2-hour meetings, that's when I'm like, I gotta go, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm a bit like Tommy. I can't sit that long. Starts to hurt. Even now, I'm hurting because I'm sitting. I need to go get a pillow or something.
Oh,
I wonder.
It hurts all the time.
Is it in your hips that's hurting or your back?
It's my lower back sort of thing, all the way up to my neck. It's a old, well, not old. It's a whiplash injury. Well, a couple of whiplash injuries combined. Yeah. So I had whiplash, like car accident whiplash, and then I had daughter whiplash. So so my neck's
Yeah.
a bit damaged. So
Oh
yeah.
my
But other than
goodness.
that, yeah. But I'm
Yeah.
doing physio, and she says my muscles are doing really well. Like the physio is working. It's just I've lost because I've lost so much weight. I've lost strength, so I need to build up my strength again. So I was thinking those resistance bands would be really, really good
Yes.
because it's using
Yes.
your own. You know, it's not too bad.
It's not the
So,
same. It's not the same.
Yeah.
And I find that when you're using a weight, now you're worried about, for me anyways, on the injured shoulder, I notice that it tilts a lot if I'm using a weight, and then it affects my shoulder, just the slightest tilt on the weight. So at least if I'm using the bands, I know it's going to be on one side, right? Or and
Yeah.
then I can alternate to holding it onto the other side to strengthen completely. But
Yeah. Well, I think you
I
do
feel
do it
like
that
those are
way.
going to be better no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
lots of
I was going to
repetitions.
say, I love.
I haven't done much with it.
Oh, I was going to. Okay. No, I was just going to say the great thing about those resistance bands that they taught me in PT was if you put a knot on the end of one of them, you can put it in the door frame at various angles. So if you need to pull something down, you can do that, or you can put it at like the right level. You just shut the door on it.
Doctor Who.
So hello,
Good
Ben.
morning. Oh, it's been a day.
Good
Hey, it's
morning.
morning for me. Thanks, Ben. I appreciate.
Whoa,
Don't call that.
morning for Cosmic. So yes.
And you have the blue.
Yes, it's
I love
blue
it.
today.
It just has a whole Doctor Who theme to it.
Whatever they start up as, that's what it is. I try not to be picky. I just run with it. And so, how you guys doing? I missed the beginning.
See, I was doing
talking
good.
about
I was just
exercise.
talking a little bit about how I'm trying to do movement, a lot of movement lately. So trying to exercise every day, trying to work up to like an hour and a half exercise a day. So that was it.
Oh, well, that's a noble goal. It's always good.
Oh, am I freezing?
No, so swimming's supposed to be really good as well. Like, or just water stuff. Just light. I'm sore, Ben. So yeah. So no, sorry, I'm on a boat. Just nothing else moving. No, I'm just really sore. But swimming's supposed to be really, really good for you. Like I'm meant to start up with hydrotherapy. That's what it's called. But I don't like water on my face, so I've been putting it off.
That's it. Okay.
Okay.
And I need to leave and go back to work, but it was so great to see you all.
Yes.
Have a
you
great
too.
rest of your day.
You too. Have fun.
Thank you. Bye. Thanks for coming in.
That's no good, Crystal. What are you sick with?
There we go.
Yes, I can imagine.
Oh, goodness. There we go.
It has been a day, and I think it's not just for
So
me.
the swimming is the hydrotherapy you said. I didn't actually know.
Yeah, it's hydrotherapy. Generally, you do it in warmer water, like in a warm pool. So how you going, Ben?
Hydrotherapy.
Okay.
I did that once. Yeah, that was pretty. It's nice and gentle and no impact.
Yeah, super low. Like, well, basically no. And you also like mine's covered by my NDIS when I decide to do it. So I'll have my physio there doing exercises and stuff. Well, I'm lucky because my physio at the other place that's more in town, they've actually got the hydrotherapy pool there. So because the one that's closest is a kid pool, and I'm like, nah, I'm not going there. So I'll be full of pee. And kids.
When I was in when I put myself through, what do you call that? The counseling center, whatever you want to call it, they decided to send us out for cardio kickboxing. I was amazed at how much exercise you can get doing that. But what drove me insane, we were all guys, and some of us at that point, I was still skinny, and the guys I hung out with, and this little, I don't know what to call her, a chippy, this little girl ran it, and she was so, and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. She was so bubbly and so happy. And the thing that got me was she would just, it's like one of these things. You have a dummy there, like, okay, you just hit it like this. Okay, yeah. Laying into it. Okay.
How's that
Now, now we
acroaerobics?
now we keep going. And after a while, your arms are like, oh, and this little girl that's in there, and 5 and 6, and now we're going to go backwards. And the entire time you're like, oh my God, let the pain end. And you got this little happy little chippy little yippee, yippee, yippee. And it's like, oh my God, if I could kill her, I would. But I just know she'd kick my butt. And I couldn't even lift my arm anymore. But
Was that in the water?
no, that was just
Okay.
normal
Yeah,
kickboxing.
because I did aqua aerobics with my stepmom for a while. So I was like me, like 40, whole bunch of 60 and 70 and 80-year-olds. And I passed out in the water because my heart rate got too high. Because you get instead of getting dumbbells, you get floaty dumbbells and you have to push them under the water. Oh my
Oh,
God,
yeah.
that's hard. And we were doing the do it really fast, I think for 30 seconds, the speed reps or whatever they call them. We're doing that. And all these oldies are all like, and I'm there go, and then I fainted. So like in the water. So
Oh,
that
my.
was fun. Yeah. Oh, I've got this heart thing. I faint all the time.
But I do like how gentle it is and how it works your entire arm and everything. That is really
Yeah.
good.
No, it was really good. I didn't go on the fast days because
Yeah,
I'm just there. I'm not there to die.
I can prefer exercise programs like, if it's especially by some muscular dude, at least if he acts like you're doing something. But when you have a little chippy, a little skinny little kid who's just, and 6 and 7 and, oh, this doesn't hurt, and yippee, yippee, yippee. And everybody next to you is like, oh my God, just let it end. Oh, the humanity.
Oh, it didn't
And
hurt.
like, you really feel small because here's this little, it's like, oh, wow, that's fine. That stuff like that, well, yeah.
It's one of the reasons I don't like going to the gym because I went to, I'd go on I like a certain treadmill. And so if someone was on my treadmill, I'd walk and I'd be like, nah, walk out. And so, but there's sometimes I'd be there and that's whole groups of people would just stand behind you doing things. And like, it's not like I thought they were watching me. It's just like, it's uncomfortable because if I'm walking, I'm always like, and I'll fall off a treadmill. So, I'll end up on TikTok.
Well, that's the kind of thing I don't mind as long as it sounds like they're at least in a little bit of pain. But when they're so happy, it's like, oh, I don't, you feel so robbed of any kind of satisfaction because you're getting your butt whooped by somebody who has no effort at all. And yippee. And
You do realize they're in a cult. All these fitness exercise people, they're on a cult. They're in the cult of fitness, which I wouldn't say is a terrible thing. It's not like, terrible, harmful. But my my second cousin is one. She worked at my gym, and it's a cult. They all end up looking the same. It's all about exercise and all that sort of stuff. And eventually because I know a few people who were into that as well, and they all buy these supplements and all that sort of stuff, and then they try and sell you the supplements. But it's its own version of cult. There's so many different ways. It's as long as it's not hurting anybody, but it does kind of hurt them because excessive exercise is also not great for you.
Yeah. That I have to tell, and the thing is, what really drives me nuts is when these people can outperform you in every single category. So the only thing you're left walking away with as you're dragging your arms and you're, oh, I'm so glad it's over. And somebody says something like, yeah, she really kicked our butts. And all you can really say is, yeah, but we got personality. That's about all you can say because she's better looking, she's fit, she's super smart, and I'm going to the
At least I'm funny.
University of Arizona, and I'm working on my second doctorate. And oh God, just let it end. Oh,
Funny, honey. Yeah.
Yeah, I picked this headset because it makes me feel better, like I'm flying, like I'm. If I
I
go
have
to
one of
work,
those somewhere. I know my son uses it. Oh yeah, here. Dude, I'm fancy. It's got lights and everything as well, but I don't use it because it's too heavy.
yeah,
It
this,
matches all of this.
All your keyboard stuff.
Yeah, I can get the lights and the keyboards and everything to match, but no one can see it. So, you know, all I'm doing is like knowing that it happens because I can't see myself either. So I'm like, yeah, I look pretty cool right now. No one can see it, but I know.
I wear my kitty headphones on my walk, and I forget that they have cat ears on them that light up and alternate colors while I'm going. And like some of the looks that I got today was absolutely hilarious. And I'm just like walking away, listening to my music. I'm like, why are people staring at me like I'm crazy?
They're just seeing the cute lady with the cute ears.
that's awesome. That is 150% awesome.
So by the time that I get back, I've completely forgotten that they have ears and like for at least half the walk. And so I'm like, oh, now I understand why people think I'm crazy.
So I get those looks when I wear my cloak. So I don't care. Half the time I don't even notice. It's just when kids. I notice when kids notice because I look at kids because they're not we call it threatening. So not like adults. Adults are a little bit threatening. So and kids love seeing me in a cape. They think I'm a fairy or what was the other one? An elf. I got called an elf once. And a princess. Oh, I got told I looked like I was pretty the other day by these two little girls when I was getting in my car. They're so cute because they're out riding their bike. And I see them all the time when I go to my mate's house and I never say hello because I'm like, it's not good to talk to kids. You know, you don't teach them to talk to strangers. But they spoke to me first, so it would be really rude if I ignored them. So I was like, hi, how you going? Nice bike. And I came back out. She goes, you look really pretty. I'm like, oh, thanks. It's like, kids are great.
I always end up talking to kids before I talk to the adults, and that's probably strange, but guess what? I like kids better sometimes.
Kids are animals.
I don't always like adults at all. I'm anti-adult lately. Hi, y'all.
Yeah.
Adulting really sucks.
Adulting really sucks.
Yeah. Well, I just I finished listening to an audiobook of Anna Green Gables, and it brought me back to when I was a child, and because I was so much, my grandmother gave me that book because I was so much like Anne when I was full of imagination and talky and all that sort of stuff, and just reading it, listening to it actually back, I was just thinking, God, it's so sad that I'm not like that anymore. Although I still talk too much.
You know, it wasn't that long ago, I think, that I lost that part of me. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, same actually. It's you kind of keep it, and then you just until one thing happens and it kind of wipes it all away.
Yeah, and you don't even realize it.
Yeah. No, I didn't realize it until this book.
Yeah, y'all.
Yeah. Also, if you use a Facebook link, that works for me as well.
What is it?
Oh, the link for Tony to get back in. Sorry, Misha.
I don't know if she. Yeah, do you mind reposting it for her? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, give me just.
I'm trying to like manage over.
Yeah. No, I get out of everything because it lags so much for so long whenever I got on stuff. And so I'm like, smarter than the average bear. I'm just gonna close everything else out and go incognito. So it just takes me a second.
Not a problem.
Boo boo.
I figured out how to like run it on my phone and get the long way, like the landscape. So that's good.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, look at her go.
Technology is not my friend. What can I say?
It used to be, that's the sad thing too, is so many people used to come to me to help, and now I'm like blah 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 blah, because I can't even help myself anymore with it. It's terrible.
I was going to ask that, Stasha. Did you find that you were more technically inclined when you were younger?
No, I'm more technically inclined now. And the funny thing is when it comes to like phones and computers, like they can go F themselves. But I have, I have
Agreed.
a certificate in electrical engineering technician. So if you put me in front of a PLC programming system like Siemens or Allen Bradley, I have no problem programming a whole entire factory to function and wiring all of those devices. But now you're asking me to use a touchscreen and a computer, and I'm lost.
Yeah. Well, that's wow. Okay,
I'm not laughing at you, honey. I'm sorry that came out at the wrong time. Sorry, baby.
It's okay. It's okay. I laugh at myself about it, to be perfectly honest. It's like, how can you do this? And how can you like plan wiring a whole entire house, but you can't figure out a phone? Like, I laugh at myself about it.
Well,
things,
the phone changes all the time.
Yeah, that's a lot of it, Christy.
Yeah.
It's updating all the time. That's why I don't like updating my stuff until it's super broken. Like I'm surprised. I'm still getting glass to my iPad, but I'm like, it still works. I refuse.
Speaking of technology sucking, sorry, y'all.
Yeah, I was pretty.
It's all good.
Heavy.
Don't worry.
I
may have like figured out now. So everybody, thank you for bearing with me, because now I'm trying to like figure out.
There you go. You got two, Tony. Which one that works?
Yeah.
They should probably both work though.
Probably.
Yeah, they're probably the same thing.
Do you find? Oh, sorry.
Is this coming up? Hey, I did it!
Yay!
Do you find
That's
it's harder
awesome.
to do things like concentrate as you get older?
I've had brain injuries, so.
Oh yeah, I guess that's.
For me, trauma has made it worse, and I would think that the cortisol levels have made it worse as well. I'm starting to get a lot of my I used to be able to write something down and like remember it for the next week or so, and I'm starting to get that back, like as something that I have to do, kind of thing. But I'm still spotty with it. Like I need lists of everything. Like example, my list for my recovery management meeting tonight.
Hey, that still looks legible. That doesn't count.
Well, I kind of want to know how the whole thing worked out with Christy. How is this going to work out? I mean, you feel like she's coming on like a mid-season cliffhanger, and then she drops half of it, and then it's just.
We might be able to hear.
Got about an hour and 40 minutes before I have to check on her.
I love it.
Yeah, so how you been, Misha?
Well, I don't want to go to the sad world, but I need to let some of it out again, because I've been having these like awakenings, and it's funny, my name is Awakened. It's so ironic. It's like, wow, okay, yeah, that's funny. Because I'm having many bursts of awakenings, and they are really freaking scary. Really scary. And it's some of this. No, that's the thing. It's in waking life, awakenings. And it's, holy crap, I've been blind for so long, and I've been in such you talk about repression, and I talk about not having any memories. Oh, they're coming back. And I don't think I ever left my bedroom from about 20 years ago. I think I'm still there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess, I can see some of that.
Yeah. I find that for me, a lot of my repression is from some of the most It should have been the most relaxing time of my life. And like, if I go back through my story, foster care should have been the most relaxing time of my life so far. But that's where I'm repressing a lot now. So I had some of those memories, but they've been gone now, I would say about, well, probably that whole relationship with my ex, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
So I can understand that, Misha, fully.
This thing called life is not a joke. It's really not.
No.
And people don't even understand the effects that they have on another person.
Yeah.
It just makes I've always gone headfirst into everything. I don't analyze people because I don't want them analyzing me. I just want to have the interactions with people as they come along, as they go. I think it's beautiful and I embrace that. But I think along the way, I had to hide from even myself because of it. And it's just, there's been a lot of different things, of course, obviously with all of us that's happened recently. And there's just been triggers. And I'm questioning every single thing.
Yeah.
I'm losing my ever-loving mind, and I joke about it, but I don't even think longer about it. And I'm tired of being on here all sad and crying and blah, a mess. I sit and I think, because everybody's like, well, come to me and let me help you, and I want to let them help me, but I don't want to bring this down, and so I try to give like the condensed version here. Yeah, it's so freaking scary.
I can imagine. That's what this space is for, though. You don't have to be smiling all the time.
Yeah.
And you don't have to apologize. No.
Not one bit. Not one bit.
We're here for you.
And that's what's really dysfunctional about a lot of social media is everybody acts like everything's going so perfect for them, and my life is rosy. And the thing is that you're trying to, a lot of times you try to compare yourself to that, and you'll always come up short. Is there something recently that changed in your life that you think might have started this?
There's a lot of changes, I think, and I've tried to look at that too. There was one in particular, and it's not the person so much, it's just the things that come about with that person that makes me kind of triggered. I think, but like I wasn't having my hallucinations until then again, and now I've been having them for the last 3 days, and those are scary because they're not just visuals. I mean, I feel this crap.
Are they experiential? Like you're actually experiencing it?
Yeah.
Oh my mom had those.
Have you had sleep? Have you had enough sleep?
Not enough. I don't get enough sleep. I haven't had enough sleep for a long time.
Yeah, because I do know that I also have those sort of things when I haven't had enough sleep or food.
Yeah, no, food's not a problem like that because I can make something to eat out of anything.
Just because I forget to eat. So.
Yeah, see, I don't have that problem. I think I could actually I could live for a while just off of me because that's pretty let go there. I think honestly, it's just there's so much crap that I've not digested. That I when I was filling out the victims form, which I still have not done, by the way, y'all. That paper that I was supposed to send off all that time, I still haven't done it. I get so lost in crap. Yeah. I was filling out something though for it, and they had a questionnaire at the end of it, and it was asking all these questions, about your life, and it was anonymous. And I started answering it, and it was things that I had not thought about in 20-something years.
And how long ago was that?
This was going on about probably about 3 or 4 months ago now. I've never been good at time, never. But
No.
you know, it brought me back to some stuff, and I'm like, for all this time, I thought, and it's really beautiful what Crystal said the other day about the thriving. Oh, she's my hero. If you're out there still, Crystal, you are my hero, because that was so incredible what you said. I don't even think that I was surviving. I was in survival mode.
Yeah.
But I was the Scarlett O'Hara thing, because I was raising the girls on my own. I had all these stores, I had all these jobs, I had all this stuff that I had no support, and I was just on such autopilot that literally I couldn't face my problems, what I had, what I didn't have, because if I did, I had no room, I had no time. That tightrope had no more that could be put on it for years, and every time that somebody else would come in my life, it got to the point, it was like, the more people you have in your life, the more trouble you have, because you've got to clean up after them too. And everybody that I brought in, knowing that I would be like that, would just throw more crap on my timeline, on my tightrope.
Yeah.
And
That's a really interesting way of thinking it.
Yeah, it is.
The more people.
Well,
in your
it gets
life,
even more
problems.
though. Huh?
No, I've never really thought of it that way. The more people in your life, the more problems. I've always thought I haven't got enough. Maybe I do. Because I've got enough problems. Don't need more people. Yeah,
That's
I think for those. Sometimes I think for those who have multitudes of friends and all that sort of stuff, and they seem happy. I don't know if they are. I don't know. I can't tell what people are thinking, but you just sort of think. Those who have difficulties and who've been through trauma, we seem to want to protect those around us that we've got even more so than what they even want to protect themselves. So, you know, we can see them falling into a situation that's not good for them, or these people around them, or just in general, and we can't stop them from doing it because they're their own person. But we can play it forward, you know, because we have to, because that's what we've done our whole lives. We've played it forward. We've been conscious of everything that's going around us, and so many go through their life without that. You know, they don't care about the effect they have on people. They don't care about the effect they have on just anything in general. They just walk through life, just smashing and break like a bull through a china shop, basically.
Yeah.
And us,
and I used to think I was a bull.
The ones who worry. Well, you know what? You probably weren't. You were probably a gentle bull. You probably didn't break anything.
Yeah, because it would never be. Yeah, but it was definitely awkward and clumsily. Yeah,
I don't go into china shops because I will break things.
I know I'm not. I don't allow myself either, which I don't allow myself anywhere anymore. And you know, that's dealing with a lot too on that. The not leaving the house has really been killing me.
Isolating yourself.
Yeah, and I've done it for going on how many years now? Really going on 6 years now. I mean, I think I've been out of the house maybe 15 times in the last 6 years. 15 times. 4 of those times are because I was going to the cemetery or the funeral. That's kind of crap. I used to be a social butterfly.
Yeah.
I used to be a social butterfly. I'm Samantha, my oldest daughter, told me yesterday, we were talking, and they suffered through me being this way too.
Hey, shut up.
They suffered through what?
Through me being this way too, like through the issues that I had. I put them on them without even realizing that I had them until I'm 48 years old.
Well, you know, hindsight's great, isn't it? Like, great.
Yeah.
You never know what you.
But see, we've got the hindsight and foresight both.
Yeah, exactly. We've got foresight.
What do you do about
that? When you look back on hindsight, it's when you can't change anything that's happened. You just have to try and.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Make things better. Not do the same thing again if it was a mistake or whatever, you know. And here I am saying this, and I make mistakes.
Well, it's hard because, Christy, we've got the foresight though, and that's the thing. The foresight with what I'm talking about, I think you are too, is when we see a friend of ours, they're going through something. We see 200 different, or at least I personally, I see 200 different scenarios that could be happening too, and so it's like expanded out the worries. And I think I've gotten myself in that the what ifs so much, the protect so much that there's no reality anymore. I think. I don't know, y'all.
Honestly, I understand exactly what you're thinking because I have catastrophic thinking. I always have. So I kind of have to wind myself back down and put it on the scale. But my first instinct is to think the worst. And, you know, I'm trying really hard to get out of that because I can't look after anybody but myself, even my kids now. So I have to stop trying to get people to listen because people they don't want to hear what they're not ready to hear.
Yeah.
And I might not be right about my feelings about the situation. It may not be the way I see it. Generally, it always ends up being the way I see it, but not always. So I need to have some of that positivity there as well for them because I just feel like I'm walking around through this planet being really, really sending out all this worry and I'm not saving enough worry for myself and my own situation because I'm worrying too much about everybody else.
Yeah, you're right. You're right with that. But even that, I can't even just on my own anymore worry. If I try to not worry about everybody else and just worry about me, I can't even worry about me. I'm that incapable at the moment. I don't know what I'm trying to get at is I don't know what to do to go because I've got a lot of ideas. I've got a lot of things I've tried. I don't really know where to go at this moment. Yeah, I mean, there's such a helplessness.
Maybe you don't need to go anywhere. Just be.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Misha.
I can't just be because it doesn't work that way.
I know. Because you've got so much going on. You have way more than what any one person should have to bear. So, you know.
It'd be okay if I could do something about it. You know?
I guess in the end we can only do stuff about things we can.
Huh?
We can only really do stuff that we can. So all these ideas you've got, because you've got such amazing ideas. Every single idea I've ever heard of yours is brilliant.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so
but they're worthless because I can't
they're
do
not.
anything with them. No, I mean, I'm not saying like that. I love my ideas. I think that I really get excited about that because I can see things the way that are just different. Which is weird because I think that everybody thinks that way, but I can't do anything with them. And so it's just more added to that damn to-do list.
Share your ideas.
And I can't even get the things that are not ideas, the things that are right in front of me that are necessities. I can't even do. And I don't know how. I need an advocate. I need a freaking advocate. And I think I've needed one for a longest time. And I don't even know where to go to get one because every time I try, you know, I had somebody.
What sort of advocate? Just a general advocate?
Somebody, you know, it's to the point that if I don't figure something out soon, I'm afraid I'm going to need somebody to wipe my mouth and other things. Because I mean, I'm blubbering almost most of the day right now. And I'm being almost serious about that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I understand. I hear you. I 100% hear you. And I believe you.
I hate it because I'm coming on here and it's like all kinds of attention and it's not attention. I promise you.
No, it's not.
I don't want this kind of attention.
It's not.
This is what needing a meeting is for.
That's
need a meeting.
This is called needing a meeting. You need a meeting. That's why we're here. For exactly this.
Everybody was here for me yesterday when I needed it.
It's so good seeing you, by the way.
Yes.
It really is so good seeing you.
And the baby.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So, what do you want?
Can you just remind me what state you're in, honey?
Do what?
Can you just remind me what state you're in?
I'm an Okie, just not from Muskogee, Oklahoma.
Okay.
We're in Oklahoma.
Huh?
I just wanted to say, because I try and give people ideas and solutions, and that's a terrible thing when someone's upset. So, what do you need from us?
Well, the thing is, though, right now, I think that I need, because I've done everything I can on my own as far as trying to figure out stuff, what I need. There's so many, it's such a vast array of what I need that I'm getting overwhelmed just on trying to figure out what thing to focus on to get. I don't know how to explain it.
That's
I don't know what
You
I
need
know
to
where to
figure
start.
out what the first thing is
No.
that you need to work on. The first thing is that needs your most important focus. And we've got so many things coming at you from so many different directions. It's hard to focus on that one thing. And so when you have somebody to help you see what that one thing is that you need to focus on the most important thing to focus on to start with, it helps.
I call
And
that a
that's part
body
of the
double.
problem. Yeah, and
I
that's
have a body
actually something
double
I
to
was
help
trying to
me.
do with Amy. Yeah, that's thank you, Christy, because yeah, that is something that I have wanted to start doing. Annie and I have actually talked about doing that.
Yeah, because I a lot of times I can do most things for myself, but I don't know where to start. Just talking about my housework, for instance,
Yeah.
like I love my house being tidy, blah blah blah. But when everybody else makes the mess, one, it's annoying, and two, I don't know where to start. So it's
Yes.
like
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it freezes me, and then I have to go sit
That's
down and
it.
try and think about where to start, and then I get lost in some YouTube videos.
That's it. I
Yeah.
get so stuck on Frozen and I get so lost. I literally to message my daughter yesterday on Facebook because they were supposed to be coming down today. Just to message her, it took me an hour and a half. An hour and a half, not because I was writing a long message, because I couldn't get to that message for her. That's
Yeah.
how bad this has gotten. It is so ridiculous. Like my brain has.
it's
I used to be
disabling.
smart. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I used to joke about being Wonder Woman. I wonder where I lost my
Still are.
keys. I wonder where I left my phone. It's not even. It's beyond that now. It's not even nothing. It's. I can't find my way around the computer windows.
Mm.
My Dustin, he always tells me, because I have the same problem. I get so overwhelmed by everything I have to do around my house. Sometimes it's like, I can't do it. I just can't do it because there's too much and I don't know where to start. He goes, pick a corner, pick any corner. Doesn't matter. Just pick a corner. Start in that corner and work your way around till you finish what you want to get finished. But just pick a corner. But sometimes the hard part is picking the corner. What corner
Yeah.
do I start in? So it's
How do you prioritize
sometimes it's
it?
kind of nice. It's kind of nice to have that person there that says, "Okay, here, start in this corner. This is the corner that might help you the most."
I always
So
my people they like we'll do this, and then I'll be like okay, and then I'll go do something. If they pick something first, then I can do something because then I know where to go from there. So that's why the body double helps. Like, and sometimes I don't even do anything, just as long as they're in the room talking to me.
Yeah.
So I'm not just there going, oh, I'm doing this all by myself. I'm really annoyed because it's not even my mess, blah, 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 blah. So instead of me getting all rolled up and angry about it, I have the body double to talk to and distract me while I'm doing stuff.
And that's, I think, I think both of those are very good. The only thing is whenever you were saying that, Tony, about the picking it out, I think that's what I want. But then I feel myself, even just with you saying that, Misha, that has become, I have this thing, it's like PDA, kind of. It's if somebody tells me to do something, I'm going to automatically get angry and not do it, even if it was something I had the idea for beforehand.
Yeah.
I have created a monster within myself. I mean, it's like, I enjoy playing this little game. Where's Misha going to be today mode. And so I really think if I had somebody to do that, if they told me, I don't know how that would work. I think maybe I would have to be like, you tell me something and I'm going to do the opposite. So be picking it wisely.
I think it would be okay. I want you to start in this corner. You can go. No, I'm going to start in that corner. Okay, whatever.
Right? And it doesn't, it don't matter. But it's like, okay, just go ahead and be your big self,
done, right? Because
yeah,
you're saying, no, I don't want to do that corner, but I'm going to go do this corner just to make you mad at me, and then it doesn't work.
Right?
So
I'm going to show
whatever.
you, Nanner.
Yeah.
Guess what? You're showing me you're getting something done.
That's what it takes. Yeah. If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. And it's not always easy because it's so funny. I listen to everybody and I hear what they go through, and I might not have the exact same issues, but they're similar. and it's like, okay, I pick a little bit from this person, I pick a little bit from this person, and from that person, and then I combine it, and it works for me.
And that's it.
So,
That's why I love the connection thing.
Mm.
And I feel so much better. And okay, people get upset at me sometimes because I ghost a lot of times because it gets so chaotic for me and I can't it's noisy in my life. Like I can't control the noise. And I think I developed that from Christina. I think I took that from her because not even took it. I think she took that away from me. She took that burden off of me. And then it came back kind of thing, honestly. But one sec.
I have PDA. It's the adult version of oppositional defiance disorder. Because I actually asked my therapist the other week, so I say, I thought you grew out of oppositional defiance disorder. He goes, you do, generally, kids do, but you have this PDA, pathological demand avoidance. So anything that's high demand on me, I will avoid.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Until you get such a
I've
mountain
never
of high
heard of that
avoidance.
before.
Yeah.
I can identify with
So-
that. I can very much so.
Yeah. So
It's a
everyone
hard
has
one.
aspects. I would say everyone has aspects, but when it's pathological, it means that you cannot. It's like pathological liars. I don't know if that means they can't help it or if they just do it all the time. But it's just something that I seem to not help, but I do fight against it.
I have stacks and stacks of things that says that it's hard.
Yes, it is.
211, Rebecca, I actually did a review on them for the state representative in our state. 211. It's one of those things that there's help out there in certain places and certain ways to get it, but it's also their curtains because you will call them and you will need help and you will look that there's only in this one county they have this help right here and you have to go to this and it's just there's not the availability like they try to make it look like there is. I know that sounds like it sounds like I've just got all these things that are just, well, don't do this because it's not going to work. And then I promise y'all, this has been going on for, Bradley got the diagnosis in 2020.
Okay.
And so I've been looking for help since then. And it just built up and built up and built up.
Yeah.
And I mean,
well,
I did
no
an actual. Well,
No
and that stems, I'd gotten an epiphany on that a while back. And I started to share that with you guys. Because the whole, with the being adopted, having that held over me and having somebody else have my information and won't let me have it.
Oh. Yeah, that'd make you feel pretty powerless.
Yeah.
And I was talking with Sam about it yesterday. Who is it? I can't see.
Ripco. Ripco readiness. I was just saying hello.
Oh, Rip. But my stepmom, when all growing up, I was told that I would find out about my adoption whenever I turned 18. A week before prom, a month before graduation, 2 months before I turned 18, my mom passed while we were looking for prom dresses, ironically enough.
Wow.
So my daddy, a year and a week later, got married to a woman who had her ready-made family already, and I was just pretty much whatever. And so he always told me that it was in the will. I don't want to talk about it. It's in the will. So it was in the will. So when he passed, it was in the will. When he passed, there was no will. There was no will.
That's horrible having that held over you so long.
That's horrible having that held over you so long. My personal information, my everything, and nobody else can do anything with it like I should.
Right.
And I think that's part of it too. I think that every time I was going to get help, with Bradley, when everything first started going down, I would get these rabbit holes and it was life or death, and being told by the electric company that it didn't matter because our credit wasn't good enough. Because I'm like, this is life or death. don't you guys have the clause to at least give us time? The electric is going to be shut off. No, his credit's not good enough. And I'm like, you're telling me that it's not life or death because his credit's not good enough?
Wow.
And
Jeez.
and everybody's like, well, no, because they can't do that. There's clauses. They can't turn. And no, yes, they can, because they're personally owned by the city rather than being by the whatever that is enforced. And I can't think of it now. Because they're city owned. There's always different rules. And that always seems to come into play. And everybody's like, well, you're just trying to find reasons not to get help or to just... Seriously, y'all, I document it all because I try to prove this. I try to show this. I try to explain because I don't want to be that person. But I am that person that if it's going to happen, it will. And I think that with everything that was going on at that time, I think that's what threw me into almost like a breakdown or a meltdown. That's how I even learned about even possibly being on the spectrum, being any kind of neurodivergent. Before, I had no clue, not a single clue. And so that threw me in the once I'd learned, and then I realized Christina was too. And that threw me into trying to find somebody that would listen to me about her, and nobody would listen. So it's not like it's just now a brand new thing and I'm just now trying to find help.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just exhausted from it.
Yeah. Zelda Z says, I see you sometimes having to leave the chat, and I figure that your brain is dealing with so much grief that you need breaks. You've been through so much, and that's true.
Is there any, well, I'll ask it anyway. Is there any way you can see how you can simplify something?
Something. Just one thing even.
Because it sounds like you're just dealing with so much that you're on overload. It sounds like you've been driver syndrome for all this time. And your poor brain is just operating. You just can't process stuff. So I was just wondering if there's something.
I used to be able to. I was a bill collector, not the bad one, the kind that would help people. I would figure out their finances with them, and I would do the resources with that. The mortgage people, I would find the right, and so problem solving is like something I used to could do, and I fell in love with the app Notion. I thought that would help, but there's just so much opportunity in that aspect. How do you pick out which one to go through? And I'm like a kid in a candy store scrolling. Oh, that is a cool thing. Yep. So
it's one of the hardest things to get diagnosed with neurodivergence as an adult, as a woman, because they don't study it enough. So it's only really been studied in women and children since 2000. So that's like 24 years. So it's like when I did my test, I had to do the children's test. And also I was lucky that I had all my reports that I stolen from my dad. So I could show them, because I couldn't remember how I was as a kid. No way could I ask either of my parents. My mum wasn't there. Not talking to my stepmom, my dad, nah. So I had my reports, because they need a lot of other people around you to tell you that what you were like as a child, because apparently your experience isn't enough. But these days they're finding that self-diagnosis is enough.
Yeah.
Self-diagnosis
Here's something to make you smile, Misha.
Huh? Do what, Tony?
I said, here's something to make you smile.
Beautiful. That's what I need. I just need some baby chubby cheeks so I could just pinch them and just look and kisses. I need some family.
How close are you to Columbia, Missouri? How close are you to Columbia, Missouri?
I'm probably about 45 minutes south of Oklahoma City.
Okay. Not too far.
Neurodivergence, Crystal, is things like autism. I guess some people would say Asperger's, and in ADHD. Things that generally you're born with.
And
they have said that people with
trauma.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of times, trauma is created because we're undiagnosed neurodivergent people.
Yeah.
So
we don't.
I've kind of got to wonder: was my trauma because I was so different, and so that's why people picked me, or am I so different because of my neurodivergence. I don't know. It's like it just is my autism to blame for being a victim?
That is the thing, Christy.
Mm.
And I've told myself too, it's like there's one denominator that is always the same, and that's me. So the
Me.
problem has to be, Stacia, I love you.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was so into your conversation. Yeah. The see you next time.
The
Stacia.
problem, the problem is there all the time. And so regardless of it's this person did this or this person did that, that doesn't matter because they're not even there anymore. I'm the one that is reacting and acting from that. And so I have to work on what I can do, what I can see.
What's
But
real?
what you said about the family, huh?
What's real?
And that's where I'm at right now, baby.
Yeah.
The family thing, though, I've not had anybody to ask questions and compare anything about. Even with my kids, when they were growing up, I could be like, well, did I do that? Is that, this whole relation thing is so brand new to me, too. Just the bloodline of seeing somebody look in the mirror and see somebody. Like, I've looked in the mirror my entire life and seen somebody different every time I look.
Wow.
I can't say, was I like this or compare. I have that you go to the doctor, even as a kid, that was hard because you ask your family history. And I'm like, well, how do you explain that one? And
Oh, yeah.
Well, do you know any of your? So do you know some of your actual bloodline now?
My youngest daughter did the 23andMe, and it's kind of interesting where we all, where the points are. It's kind of neat.
I was just thinking that
I know
maybe find out medical history.
Nope.
Maybe. No.
I can if I go before a judge, which in that county, I had an $80,000 bond.
Okay. Nah,
Oh.
Yeah. So going to my fault, my choices, my idiocy. But I'm not there anymore. I'm not that person, and I just haven't had the means to take care of that. Which I don't owe that now, but that's what I had. So that's just to kind of show you what kind of file they're going to have on me. And you go to ask a judge for help, you have to have a pretty spot on, because otherwise they just tell you that they don't believe in you. They'll make you a felon.
Well, that sucks, because you think that if it's got nothing to do with what you're going in front of them for, then why the heck will they bring it up?
You think if it's your own personal history that you think that you wouldn't be okay. I'm gonna put this out there. Samantha yesterday told me that she thinks, and this is it's gonna blow y'all away, and you're probably just not gonna want to even talk to me anymore.
Oh, come on. No.
Nothing could ever.
That's right. It's okay.
You don't have to say it if you don't want to, but nothing's ever
have to
change.
say it if you don't want to.
I used to joke around about being tinfoil hat as president. She told me yesterday that she thinks that I've been an experiment my entire life.
Oh, darling.
And it may not mean in that way, adoption is definitely, it's like the ultimate human experiment, and it's terrible. It can be terrible. It doesn't have to be, but it can be.
She said I was bought and paid for, and they're watching everything about me, and I've always felt that way too. I just never had anybody else put it into words.
Wow.
I feel like I'm still a property of the state.
Wow.
Wow. And yeah, it messes with
the way
your
things
head.
are going. It's not out of the bounds of reality.
The man that killed Chris. We've always had these watchers, and silly me, I kind of thought that they were protectors. But he even mentioned them, and that is such a screwed up feeling, because then you question: are you just seeing this crap because you're adopted and you're just glorifying your lives to where you feel like you have some kind of understanding and explanation? And so you just question. You question everything. But anyways, the whole reason I was is because that is held over your head, and you're like the scarlet letter for somebody else's, and then you go to try to get help, and then they say, well, no, there's help out there, but there's not. And so then you're looking at trying to get electric money. And so then you're trying to hurry up because it's important and it's in a hurry. And which this is just a scenario. I'm not saying I need electric. But you've got an important deadline. And should you list some of your stuff for sale? Should you go to this resource that somebody told you about? Should you go here? Should you go there? And so you are literally throwing darts at your livelihood. And it just piles up because then you're choosing the wrong one and it's on your back if you don't choose the right one. And everybody that lives in your household suffers.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
And I think instead of...
I was just going to say, it kind of fries your brain, because you don't know what to do, where to go, what option to pick, because you don't know if it's going to be the right one.
Exactly. And then you question your judgment, obviously.
Yeah.
And I used to not be this broken, not working, not able to understand stuff person. And so I miss her too, because she was the one person that was always there.
Yeah. She's still there. She's just buried in a shit ton of crap.
Up to her eyeballs.
Past her eyeballs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I need to vent, obviously, and I thank you guys for that.
You're
but
welcome.
I need I don't know what I need, but I don't think I don't know.
Thank you for trusting us.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for letting me.
Yeah.
Very
Absolutely.
We've all been there.
Maybe not to the degree that you are now, but to some degree or another. Yeah.
As in venting, I mean, you've all vented.
Well, and venting and I can relate to a lot of what you say, just not I've never had the level that you are having to contend with.
No. It's mind-blowing, actually, that you're still...
It is.
You still have humor. You're still amazing. You're still struggling through it,
You haven't given up.
Yeah, you're not stopping.
That's the one thing you can look at and say, I have not given up and I'm not going to give up. And you keep that mindset and you'll always find that one good thing to look at.
That is definitely one thing I think about me that I will never, ever give up is that I will never give up. I will never stop looking for the beauty in things because otherwise it's not worth living. If you can't see the beauty in your life, even if you're struggling, then you're not going to see the beauty when you're not. So that's something that, I will never give up that because there's going to be people out there.
Struggle makes those things that we see as beautiful even more beautiful because we can still see that they're beautiful rather than everything being shrouded in darkness.
Yes.
For definite. Yeah. I have a picture and it's like a down ant's view size viewing of a plant. And it is the most beautiful plant you've ever seen in your whole life, but you would never see it if you wouldn't stop to look at it. And we trample over those things all the time without even realizing it.
Yeah.
That's why they say weeds are only weeds when they're in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they're beautiful plants.
I've got too many flowers for a weed garden.
So I've got a whole bunch of beautiful plants in my yard right now.
Right. Well,
yes,
I can't even
I'm
really
letting the
grow
grass
weeds very
grow.
well.
I got I can grow.
I'm gonna get off of here, and that way you guys can wait. Technically, no. I'm going to mute myself for a minute.
Okay.
Because I want to get off here for that. But at the end of it, I kind of have something that I think I want to share as far as like for the breathing.
Oh, okay.
So don't kick me off.
I hope you're reading some of these comments, Misha.
I can't, and that's
Okay.
It's too much for me to be able to.
Well, let me read
People are
some
like,
of
you're
them
in the
to
freaking
you.
comments, you're talking, you're saying stuff in the comments, so I know that you can see, but I can't. Thank you for saying that, because I need to explain that. I can see them, but they're triply dancing around because of my eyes,
Oh,
and so I can see them if I focus in on them. But that's why I can interact a little bit, but not like I used to. That's
Well,
the
let
whole
me
thing.
Give you a headache when you
Let me
focus too
read
much.
some of these to you. Christy says, Misha, I love you, lady. You're beautiful, and I would never leave your friendship. And Zelda Z says, everything you're saying is so understandable. Miss Kristen Melinda, we love you no matter what, Misha. Ms. D says, love you. Shannon Smith says, I've been there in so many ways. And Christy says, Misha, you uplift people in a way few do. And that is the truth. Sharing your story, Crystal says, even if it's hard, can become someone else's lifeline.
And I agree.
That's why I love listening to people's stories. Right on, Crystal. Zelda says, I think about you so much. Zelda says, I think about you so much since I heard your story on Tommy's. I felt you are so brave and still do. And Matrix Rabbits has been there, got the t-shirt.
Burned it, pulled it back out of the trash,
Rip
and
Curl
tie-dyed
Diana
it.
says, well, I think you are wonderful and beautiful. And I agree. And the fact that we are all helping each other shows just how wonderful and amazing you all are. Thank you, Rip Curl.
And that is it, yeah. And
Yeah.
Rip, it's good to see you.
Yes, it
really
is.
so
Good to see. Yeah, good to see you. And
Rip is
Henny says, Misha, venting is always all right with us. 100%. We're here as your friends. We love you so much. You have a toolbox filled with things to bring you peace, joy, and love. You deserve so much. Awakened, you check on me, and I just got here. Misha, you are a wonderful person. We are lucky to have you here. And that's just the last few comments. But they're all the truth. They're all the truth.
Yeah, one of my favorite sayings. One of my favorite sayings is "We rise by lifting others," and you are a great example of that.
Yes, you
because
are.
that is one of the things that
You
I'm
do
always amazed
brilliantly.
at your kindness and how.
Here our baking paper, baking flour, no baking powder to our flour. You're what make us rise. I didn't want to say yeast.
Hold on, Christy. Wait a minute there, because
yeah, I didn't want to say yeast because that's bad. But you know, baking isn't that what they put in self-raising flour? Baking powder?
I don't know.
I was trying to make a nice comment.
You got my brain going a whole different direction there for a minute.
Yeah, I'll be looking that up later.
Guys, I love y'all. That's so, the times that I feel closer to the Misha that I used to be and that I want to be again and that I will be, is whenever I'm doing that. And so it's as much for my benefit doing that, y'all. I mean, I'm not even playing. There's no better feeling than that. I've looked for connection my entire life.
Yeah.
And
that's why I call it the Ouroboros of care.
I love it.
I love it too.
I love the Ouroboros.
Yeah.
But caring for others is caring for myself, because if I didn't, then what am I here for?
That is exactly it. That's exactly it. And I don't understand why people, because I've felt the crap feelings. I don't get why people linger to that. I do not understand.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways.
It's just like any other addictive or bad habit.
Yeah. That's why I just
we can become abuse. Even the abuse of ourselves to ourselves can become a habit. It can become a habit to be in an abusive relationship and to be abused.
The thing that makes that addictive is the good feelings that come back when they're nice to you again. That's what keeps you going back.
Yes,
it's not so much the abuse.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the possibility of getting the dopamine hit from them being nice to you again, even though you know it's probably not going to last very long, it's enough.
Yeah.
And I have to say I miss it. And I feel stupid because I have photos coming up every day and I'm just like, I don't like this person, but I miss the feeling of being loved, even though it wasn't love.
Yeah.
You are so right there, girl. You were so right. I'm telling you, I would start fights on purpose. I would start them. I would push the buttons to get him going because he loved me enough to own me, kind of thing. Even though I was riding down gravel roads sometimes and he'd have my hair by the head of the hair and I'd be outside that daggum door while he was driving, I still wanted it. You know, it's this being needful. It's something. It's controlling.
Yeah.
We weren't even together at that time. Still.
Wow.
So whenever I was able to release that, though, when I was able to release him, that was powerful. And I thought I was done.
I can imagine.
But like Crystal said about the thriving, I wasn't even in the survival mode yet, and it's been 20-something years. So, anyways, different tangent. I love you guys. I'm going to be in the background for a few.
Okay.
I love y'all.
Love you too.
I love you.
Stockholm syndrome, maybe. Yeah. I definitely, my husband told me that after we'd been married a year that, you know, it took him a year to tell me that I reminded him of somebody with Stockholm syndrome. So more than likely, you know, I had it coming out of a cult, you know, and we get stuck in negativity because that's what we're used to. Yeah, Matrix. And yes, Cosmic, it's an addiction. Trauma bonding. And that's grooming. Pushing your partner's buttons is being in a relationship. Is it though?
I don't know. I'd just like some peace. Look at the puppy. I'd like some peace. I don't want to argue anymore.
Yeah.
No, arguing's not fun.
No, it's not. Because it can go sideways and south so quick. You know, and
in the end, it's all about winning.
Right. That's true.
You know, and why should anyone win? There should always be some version of compromise. And I've learned that over the last 2 years or so because I argue with my friends about everything, you know, my best friends, and I never argue with them ever, but I was arguing and I was mean. And now it's just like, I don't anymore. There's nothing, just because I think a certain way doesn't mean that someone else has to. And it doesn't matter how much I try and get my view across, they're still going to have a different opinion. So I just say my opinion and then they'll do whatever they want to do anyway.
Yeah, that's true. You don't think you deserve anything else because it's all you know. Yeah, Crystal. Yeah.
Although I did argue with my flatmate a lot. But he was annoying. And I made him leave. So yeah. Kia ora.
Now that we know what it is, how the heck do we fix it? Yeah. Better the devil. You're so right, Ms. D. Better the devil you know than the devil you don't.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, yeah, that's the hardest one to overcome sometimes.
The unknown.
The unknown is scary.
Yeah,
it can be.
I know that when I was in the particular relation that I was in, both of the very violent ones, I was always more worried about what would happen after I left than because I knew what was happening. I knew I could control the situation as long as I did what I was told and didn't step out of line. Things were okay. But you know, if I left, then my whole world would have crumbled. But in the end, it didn't. Well, it did for a moment, mentally, emotionally, but everything else around it, it stayed.
Yeah. When I first got with Steve, I got with him a year after I got out of the cult, thereabouts, and he scared me to death. He really did. I mean, because he was so different than what I was used to. He is kind and inclusive and compassionate and empathetic, you know, and
Did
I
it seem
wasn't
too
used
good to be
doing
true?
any of that. Huh?
Did it seem too good to be true?
I don't know. It just I have never been so scared getting into a relationship because it was just so foreign. I don't really know if there's anything more processing that I don't think it was a this is too good to be true thing because he's always been who he's always been. I knew him like 20 years before, when we were all kind of running around the same circles. And
that makes it a bit different then.
Yeah, he's always been who he's always been, but it was still scary for me to, go into that. Every relationship that I'd ever been in had been either I was just just thrown away and disregarded after being used up, or just, it was just going to be a never ending cycle of one manipulation to the next.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad you found Steve and Steve found you.
I am too.
So lovely.
Thank
Gives
you.
me hope
Me
for the
too.
future.
Thank you. Yeah.
I loved
two
your
are
energy
awesome.
last night, Lord.
Yeah. Yes. That was so great.
I was like, I know him.
I didn't get to see. I still haven't got to go back and watch the hiccups.
Yeah, I have to watch the end. I've been sleeping so much lately that I'm missing all the meetings, all the boat meetings. So I watch them later.
Right on. Has the new time changed with the boat? Has that
Daylight savings?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, it's kind of
the new boat changed time. He actually changed the time of the boat.
Oh yeah.
Instead of-
Well, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know because I'm asleep. I'll have to go back and see what times they're on. Oh, you're muted.
Who is?
I am.
Danny.
I forgot I muted myself. He changed it on Monday. Thank you.
Doggone it, I do need to say this. I can't believe I missed Lord Kiss Freak's peanut-induced hiccups. I don't know how I missed that. I watched till the very end, I thought.
That was the first thing I asked him. I said, "Tell me Ben was there." Tell me you got to see that. Shut up, Mister, because I just thought that was cute. I was like, "Oh."
I have a baby that drinks his milk, then burps, then gets the hiccups, so wants more milk.
Oh, that's what you needed. That's what you needed, Lord Kiss Freak. You just needed a pat on the back and some milk.
It's a burping.
Yeah. We love you.
Yeah.
7 a.m., 7 p.m. Central. I have to look up what time it is.
Go ahead.
It's 2 hours later than it was, I think. If you go, because our times, what we had figured out for you and I, Christy, it should be 2 hours later.
Yeah, I think so.
If that helps me. I don't know. Misty,
I just can't remember where to find my world clock.
Seven a.m. Central. Are you talking about the boat? Let's see.
Actually, it's 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. West Coast time. It's 9 o'clock Central.
No.
Hi, Christy.
Pacific time, which is 9 and 9 Central time.
And don't forget the randoms. You never know. Just keep checking your notifications.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's 10 and 10 Central time. So I thought I would give y'all a little update to my...
I was waiting for that.
I didn't want it to be like a J.R. Ewing situation, right? Who shot J.R. Um, so I changed. Michael's bringing home Panera bread, and he bought me a crock pot. And
Awesome.
Yeah.
so the
Can't burn
dogs
stuff
will,
so well in crock pots.
oh yes, well the dogs will be eating fajitas, and I boiled the lemon and put
Yeah.
some down the garbage disposal. And you should have seen me with the hair dryer on cold. I was going around. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah. So that was it. I did put my other eyelash on though, because I was like halfway there. I'm like, do I abandon it completely or do I finish it? I opted to finish it.
It looks
Well,
worse
it
when you
looks
take the
gorgeous.
other one off because you have to do their whole side anyway.
I know.
All
And
that work.
how amazing is Misha, by the way? Like, how amazing of a person. I
Yeah.
love you, and I just want you
Yeah.
to know that.
Yeah.
You know.
Y'all
Yeah.
not feeling very amazing. Feeling
It's
very
okay.
flat.
We all see
we all
it.
have our, yeah, we know you're
Well,
amazing.
thank you. I just hope that everyone's here still with me and haven't given up, because one of these days I do believe it's going to be a comeback,
Yeah.
and it'll be
Right
because
on.
of all of y'all right there too.
Well, I hope we are part of it, and I hope that this becomes the norm. You know, just being kind and accepting and listening. Yeah,
Yes.
and caring. You know, I want this to become the rule rather than the exception. There's no reason we can't. I mean, there's no reason humanity has to be just garbage.
No,
Right.
we can't accept it. It's a movement.
I won't
We
accept
got to
it.
do this thing. You got your head in the sand. I'm going to be a little bit rough because I'm going to pull you by the shoulders and I'm going to pull your head out. Because we got to.
I kind of like being an ostrich.
There's just too much going on in this world for me to stay as an ostrich, because I got to be watching.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But Christy, I have a recipe for you, girl. I'm going to send it because you're going to love with that crock pot. Oh my, yes.
Yes, send it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Michael's like, you can do all kinds of things in a crock pot. And I'm thinking, I can't even glue on an eyelash and make rice. What do you mean?
No, girl,
There's
that's
all
the
kinds
beauty. You set it and forget it. You put it in and you just set it and forget it. It's
Yeah.
perfect for busy women. Yeah.
I burnt rice the other day. I got distracted, probably watching something on YouTube. Smell like popcorn though.
Oh man, mine's not. You should have seen the bottom of the pan. It was so black. Oh gosh, you guys. I think
Same. I just left my rice in there and for a couple of days, and then when I emptied it out the next day, 2 days later, all the black stuff was gone because it stuck to the rice.
yeah. It was.
I've burnt
no.
rice a lot.
Salt and
No,
ice, babe.
I'm usually not that bad, but not today. No, it just wasn't in the cards today. I don't know.
The hotel's like,
universe
we
was
should
right.
open up a new insurance policy. We've got Christy here. I say
know
that
if
only
we
in
set
love
off-
because I'm the same way.
Oh no, yeah.
If we
Work
set
it
off,
like you should make an appearance tomorrow.
Yeah, and I
Right,
respond.
That is right.
That would be so good, and it won't cost you a dime. I hope that's the right price.
And whether crap is right or not, guess what? Get here anyways.
Exactly. Well, I'm gonna hop back off. It's been a little chaotic, and I am gonna actually do a meditation because I still have about 20 minutes before Michael gets home, and I need to try to collect myself because, chaotic Christy is not cute Christy, right?
Any Christy's cute, Christy, but I ditched that one. I get it, chaos.
I mean, I'm all over the place. I can't keep my thoughts together. So I just wanted y'all to know, no firemen came, no, although I did notice there's screws that is keeping the window from opening all the way. So I might just have to get a screwdriver and take those screws out for the next time that
Do
I
it.
decide to be adventurous and cook. So, you know.
Do
well,
it. Do it now.
Yeah, before. Well, all of the tools are in Michael's car in case something breaks down. So, you know, like a little Phillips head screwdriver is going to fix a Corvette. But hey, what do I know? At this point, I can't even glue on an eyelash and cook rice. So I'm probably not the person with the answer.
I can cancel my reminder now. We all know you're right.
There you go. There you go. Well, you can still check on me if you want to. Just be like, how's it going? Have you found the humor in the
just to make
situation
sure.
yet?
Speaking of reminders, though, I've got one that I want to throw out there. I have an alarm that went off and I couldn't do anything yet. So I'll just throw it out here. Dirty Mouse, prayers. If we can send some prayers and some loving energy out for Dirty Mouse.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
And Kelly Billy
Who's
Okay.
dirty?
as well on
now?
Discord.
She's on the boat. She's actually, I think
Mhm.
she's been here once or twice too.
I think so,
Yeah. But they're also in Discord and they've said some things. I just think they need some one
Do I have-
prayers.
Do I have it right? Is Dirty Mouse a she?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I do have their names. I can go back and find
And
it.
Kelly Billy.
I
Okay.
take note of everyone's names.
Right on.
All right. Well, I can definitely do that. I'm going to be lighting some candles tonight anyway. Well, that was the plan. I don't know. Maybe
Take
I'll
a
put that
screwdriver
off.
as soon as Michael gets home. Screwdriver.
Candle, dark candle. Yes, I will send out some ones for them. So you guys all have a good night.
You
Hopefully
too.
I'll be a little more cool and collected tomorrow.
Michelle.
Christy
her name's Michelle.
Comedy Show makes me Christy something. You know, I don't know. Maybe I should change the name of my channel to Chaotic Christy. Maybe that's more fitting. People would be like, I'm going to tune in to see that. Anyway, love you all.
Love
you
you.
too.
Mwah.
Thank you for keeping things interesting. Oh, well.
She could probably still hear. Yeah, Dirty Mouse.
Well,
her
do you
name's
feel
Michelle.
at least a little bit like the lotus, like a little less burdened, Misha?
Anytime
least
I'm
a
here, I
little?
do.
Okay.
Anytime I'm here, I
Okay.
do. Anytime I'm here. Yesterday, I was planning on being here yesterday. I was talking to you about it. I was here, but Sam called
Yeah.
me. And so, yeah, anytime I'm here, I feel
Right.
better. And I thank all y'all for that. Y'all are beautiful. I mean, this is just,
Yeah.
wow, this entire thing. Couldn't have, I mean, there's nothing else that would have saved me.
It is a really, really good place to be.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here if it weren't. And that's the
I
truth.
don't think any of us would be.
We wouldn't be here if you weren't.
I have some good
Well,
news.
what do you guys think? Have you had a meeting?
Yeah,
Oh,
can I
good.
say my good news first? My son got a job, probably. Starting on
Yeah.
Monday. Yeah.
Oh,
Closer? Is it closer?
really? A different
no,
one?
Different one, working for a multi-billionaire, pulling down he's going to get $30 an hour.
Rock on.
And yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, I reckon it's not far because he was going to move down to Sydney, like without any money, which then puts it all on me. And I said, how about you try and see if you get work out of this job and stick around for maybe 3 months, save up some money, and $30 an hour, he can save up some money because his rent here is not very high. He doesn't pay any other bills. So, you know, it's amazing because something I actually put out into the world actually probably going to work out. We just have to sort out his resume so we can pass it over. But his boss loves him. Yeah, I'm so excited for him.
Wow,
And I get to have him for a
that's
little bit
good.
longer. And I don't have to rush out of this house so quickly because he's, you know, because
Woo.
I've got to fix some damage. Yeah, so it's taking some stress off.
Good.
And also, I
That's
was worried that he'd go
amazing.
backwards because he's done a 180 since he got a job. Like he didn't come out of his room. Now he comes out and talks to my mates and all that sort of stuff. People he's known for years. He still wouldn't talk to them. Now he converses. And I was worried that, you know, if he didn't find a job straight up, he'd go back down the spiral of depression that he gets when he doesn't work. So I'm like,
Yeah.
yay.
He's doing that.
Hi, Monique.
That's amazing. That's so good. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
It
He's
is.
doing it, Mama.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
He's doing it. So I'm proud mum,
I love it.
and relieved.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
definitely.
if everyone's felt like they've had a meeting,
I want
are
to
they
do my
doing
thing.
anything too, sorry, Misha?
It may make y'all laugh. It may make y'all relax. It may make y'all, I don't know. Y'all want to
I'm
try
up for anything. Yep.
Just whenever you're ready to end it, Carol, just don't hang up without me doing it.
So, well, was there a
Well,
funny thing there?
freeze.
Oh,
Three
it's
in the
a breathing
chat if
thing.
you feel like you've. What's that?
It's a
Say
breathing
again?
thing. It's a breathing thing I made for. It's a breathing thing I made for Samantha, and for anybody that ever needs to
Oh,
just kind of breathe. And
okay.
so I thought, instead of doing the box breathing or something, if y'all wanted to, we could try it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down.
Cool. There's going to be a sound of a doggy breathing in the background, and I thought, no, I'm not taking it out. So I'm like, you're perfect, Bruce. You just keep on doing it. You're snoring up.
Some of my favorite people are dogs, so
Me too. Fur babes
Right
make the world
on.
go round.
Yeah. Okay. So what do we
So,
do?
are you ready? All right. Just let me know
Yeah.
if you can hear me whenever I get it turned on.
I can hear you
All
so
you're going to
far.
want to do is just, like, you can look at the picture that I got, because it's like a kind of a relaxy thingy. And just hopefully you'll be able
Your mic just started cutting
to
out
hear
as you started saying
it.
it. Your mic just started cutting out as you started saying it, Misha.
And
Misha, can you hear me? Misha, can you hear me? If you can hear me. Your mic started cutting out just as you started telling us about it.
heck of a time for her
Right?
connection to die.
Right?
I don't know why it doesn't do it.
Mm,
Oh, okay. So
I'm
you were
sorry.
putting something on. It's okay.
mm.
Yeah.
I thought so it was something you were trying to put on to play.
Yeah, I don't know why
Okay.
it's not sounding though. It's because it's something, that I wanted to do. Damn
Yeah,
it.
I know it. Yeah, and I was looking. Yeah, I wanted to learn a new thing.
It's just me talking, but it worked for my daughter. And that's the reason
Yeah.
I made a whole little
Is it
thing
on your
about it.
channel? Is it on your channel, Misha?
No,
Okay.
I can put it on. Can you hear that?
Because I was going to say, no, I don't hear anything. Very faintly, very, very faintly.
Okay. Well, let me try that then.
You've got to breathe. I want you to just breathe.
Yeah?
Close your eyes.
Yeah.
Forget the world.
Okay.
There you go.
It's crazy. Life won't stop spinning. You've got to breathe. I want you to just breathe. Close your eyes. Forget the world. Just breathe. No, don't start thinking. Just breathe. Breathe with me. In. Out. In. Out. Remind your body what it feels like to breathe. Relax. Let go. Completely melt to your surroundings. Give in all that is matter, because none of it matters if you don't breathe. Just breathe. The world doesn't matter for just this moment. Breathe. It's not so hectic that you can't stop and just breathe. Nothing else can get done until you take the time to breathe. Breathe with me. In. Out. Breathe in. Breathe out. All you have to do. Breathe. Breathe with me. In. Out. In. Out. Remind your lungs of their only job. It is to breathe. 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 Everything else will take care of itself. All you've got to do, you can breathe. Slowly breathe. Gratefully breathe. The world will turn if you just breathe. All you really have to do is just breathe. Breathe. Breathe, baby. Just breathe. You can breathe.
That's beautiful.
Yay. I'm glad
Yeah.
that affected.
Yeah.
It's like a, for people that have like ADHD or neurodivergencies, it has different,
Yeah.
it moves back and forth from left to right,
Okay.
and it just changes the frequencies. And so that way it gets different parts of your brain opening it up at different times. And so it takes some of the weight off of it. It's a new little thing
Okay.
that I was trying. I'm glad
I
it came
love
through
it.
though. I was worried.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
So hopefully
Right, I thought I was
kind of with my
talking.
daughter.
I was saying it was giving my brain funny tingles.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
because of the
I'm
different.
hoping it would do. It does for me, so I'm like, maybe.
Yeah, I think it,
Yay.
especially because I've got
Good.
my headphones. It does both ears. So
Yes.
binaural beats type thing.
Yeah, it's a trip.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
that's
listened
it.
to a
And
little.
I did, the backwards forward kind of thing.
Oh, wow. That's amazing, Misha.
Yay.
It is.
I haven't ever released that. I haven't even given that to Sam yet because I wanted to see if it worked. And so I was like, oh, this would be a good opportunity.
Right
Yay.
Yeah, I
on.
liked it.
Ms. D
Although
says it worked.
I did. Yeah, I did wander
And
off in my
Monique
brain for a
says it
little bit,
worked
but I
for
brought
her.
it back. Yeah.
And Heather says
Good.
beautiful. Thank
Good.
you. Yeah.
That makes me happy.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Thank
doing that with me.
you. Right on.
Thank you. Yeah.
I got a big old huzzah.
Huzzah!
Me too, Heather. I've got binaural
Huzzah!
beats
Music.
constantly
I
right now.
love that, Ms. D.
Yeah.
Color music. I love that. I listen
Well,
to
I'll
frequency.
share. I've actually,
Yes.
Neat.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I've got some on that I play throughout the house. It's like I've got ones that for nighttime that makes their black screen. so it doesn't have, because I can't handle the TV flashy lights. But the ones that I played out the day, they've got like pretty little pictures and all these nice colors. And if you're into chakras and all that sort of stuff, they're meant to help with realign those. Or there's like love frequencies, or there's a whole range of different things that people are putting out there. I don't like some of them because they're like nice dull noise. They go ding, and I'm like, not that one, because it brings me out of the moment. So I need things to stay on the sort of
right, and it makes your brain not feel so worked on one side.
Yeah,
it kind of just opens up things, and
anything with a heartbeat.
I imbue 432 hertz.
Yeah, anything with a heartbeat helps too, like a nice slow rhythm heartbeat type thing in the background. That actually, helps me when I'm really anxious. Yeah, I actually have one of those too. And there's a plane one. There's one that you're on a plane and you got the plane noise because it's comforting. It's like white noise, but it's plane. So I just lay on my couch and I watch the plane.
I've seen starship ones, spaceship ones too, where you're and they have you in a cabin on a spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love those ones. All the fire
I think those are so cool. I like the infinite loop quilt, the Zoom quilts and stuff. And that one, the reason I chose the breathing or the water one, the swimming underwater, is because we all feel like we're underneath water a lot. I do anyways. And so to remember to breathe, that we're not underwater, but we are.
Anything to do with water, I love it. So
you also run into that a lot with the hypnosis. They'll use audio patterns like that as well.
There's so much about frequencies, y'all.
Ms. D says she used them to quit smoking. That's amazing.
Yeah, I need to find out about that because Misha needs to stop smoking for reals, and that would be cool.
Talking about yourself in the third person. You're doing good.
Then I'm doing great because I've done that my whole life.
I only did it since I started with Elmo's World. Elmo loves this, yay!
Elmo's World. La 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 la.
Elmo's World.
Elmo's World. We get along so well. All throughout the day, I'm doing stuff like
that. I also sing the Gummy Bears song, and no one knows that. Bouncing here and there and everywhere.
I heard it, but I don't remember it.
Oh, I love that show. We are the gum. Every time I have a gummy bear, I'm like, here and there in my mouth.
Hey, we used to take the gummy bears and lick the back of them and stick them on our mirrors. It was art before we knew what art was.
That's how you get ants.
Well, it was at church camp. We didn't leave it on there. Like, there's no way I could have gotten away with it at home. But
church, I can have ants. No,
sorry, I couldn't get the mute fast enough.
Well, I have to.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let y'all go because
I have to get going too. Thank you, Misha, for the breathing. I feel nice.
Thank you for letting me do that with y'all and not letting me feel like it was.
No, it was great. Are you kidding? It was amazing.
I'd like to listen to it more. So I might
I would too. I would too, Misha.
Okay, I will post it.
Okay,
I will post it. There's news too. I'm gonna tell y'all next time. I got news about the song.
I love you too.
Love you, Misha. All right, I'm gonna head off as well because I've got stuff to do today. It's nearly 8:30. Well, it's past 8:30 now. So love you all. Lovely meeting.
Love you too.
Love you guys. All right, see you tomorrow. Hopefully, well, maybe not because I've got to take Jaden to work on the weekend probably. All right, bye.
Ben, thank you so much for holding down the fort. I appreciate it.
I got in here late. Plant Freak was here when I started.
Okay.
It all worked out.
I would have been on time except for, Steve and his OCD. We got out of Walmart with our groceries and he didn't have his receipt. So he turned the car around at this terrible one of the worst intersections in Fayetteville. Went in. And they couldn't just bring up the receipt. No, they had to ring up everything. So he had to come back and get the groceries out of the car so they could re-ring it up.
Oh my gosh. Oh my. Well, if you need to return something, you never know. But
No, he has to have
yeah,
his receipt. It's his OCD brain
Did you
thing.
tell them that they had also like returned our purchase? Like the checker had messed up and had to like cancel the purchase anyway.
No, I didn't tell him that part because I didn't really fully understand it. But
That's what happened when I got there. They were still trying to figure it out. They figured the
oh,
guy out and he left. She had messed up ours.
could you hear that?
Hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, I might have actually been on time had it not been for that.
Cheese. The cheese again. It's always something with the cheese. I think Christy was on to something. Is there any more tales of the donkey?
Donkey seems to be, he's pretty much status quo now. I guess it was just the whole change in everything that had him worked up. So he seems to have gotten used to this new normal.
Well, at least until the season finale. Who knows what will happen then?
Right.
Okay. Well, yeah, you missed the excitement with Christy earlier.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go back and watch.
Yes, he had quite a fun time with cooking, apparently. I feel like she leads the life that I don't have.
Indeed, we could have
So,
ripped off Walmart.
I do hope you have an awesome day.
You too, Ben.
Take care.
You too. All righty, you guys. Awesome meeting. Thank you for making it an awesome meeting. Because when you guys show up, that's what you do every time. It's amazing. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much and hope to see you again next meeting. And until then, peace, y'all.